So I broke the van, and it might be time to get a new car, but I might have to sleep on that. And that, by the way, ties into today's video. So if you have a major problem that you need to think your way through, think about it right before you go to bed. Why? In 2 seconds before I give you the answer, 1 to 10 on how loud this shirt is, and we'll do that for all these shirts and tally them up at the end. Okay, so thanks to this brain thing, you have multiple layers of subconscious in your mind. And just like we talked about in the last video, the lower you get into those layers of subconscious, the smarter you get. So ironically, when you go to sleep is the best time for you to solve complex problems in your life. Because while your top level waking awareness is turned off for the moment, your subconscious mind is still rolling, and they've even proven this in studies. Now they did this while people were awake and in an fMRI machine to watch the brain. But what they did was give them 2 problems at once. One was a more complex judgment problem that they had to figure out, which they gave them at the same time they gave them the second problem, which was a simple problem that they just had to order some numbers together or, something real simple. But they didn't give them time to think about the more complex problem, which their subconscious mind was actually thinking about, confirmed on the fMRI. So while you were doing the simple stack your blocks problem, your subconscious mind was actually working on the judgment problem. And right at the end, as soon as you gave the answer to the simplest problem, you were asked the answer to the more complex problem. And then you had to just spit it up. I don't know, see? Now they compared these interrupted folks to the folks who were not interrupted and only given the more complex problem to think about the whole time. So their top level awareness was chewing on it the entire time. Given the same amount of time, they were asked for the answer at the end, and the people who were given the 2 problems at the same time gave the better answer to the thinking problem that they weren't even allowed to think about because their subconscious awareness thought about it for them. Now this layer of subconscious is still going when you're sleeping, and you can solve complex problems in your sleep and they'll show up in your dreams, and it will give you the right answer. Now this has to do with what we talked about in our last video, where your super intelligence is actually held at the cellular level, and the closer you can get to that cellular level, the smarter you are, because those cells have access to infinite intelligence. And ironically, the quieter you can get your mind into not thinking, the better you can think, or at least not think and come up with the right answers. So next time you're faced with a complex issue regarding anything, it doesn't have to be like math or science or whatever, it could be a problem that you're having in your life with your relationship, a problem you're having at work, a problem with how you're juggling your bills to try to pay everything. Think about it right before you go to sleep. Keep a notepad and a pen handy next to your bed, and don't be surprised when that right answer comes right when you wake up in the morning, because only portions of your brain shut off when you're asleep. Hope this message finds you well. More awesome content coming. Peace.